Cyberpunk 2077 used to be quite the divisive title to talk about at times. Since its wonky to say the least release on December 10th, 2020, it's caught its fair share of backlash, and rightfully so for how it released initially and all the broken promises it had. But as of this past year, Cyberpunk has had a resurgence amongst the masses. Rising from the ashes like a phoenix, CDPR has brought us this absolute masterpiece of a title. The game has indeed changed. This is a story about perseverance in the face of the impossible odds. Throughout Cyberpunk's main campaign, V is faced with impossible odds, with their now bunk bed partner, Johnny Silverhand, being a literal cancer to what remains of V, and slowly killing them even. We get to see V face one dead end after another as the inevitable gets just a tad closer with every second we waste. Every promise made to us of a cure pushes us forward, pushes us to do unthinkable things, pushes us to face a reality that is so unfair, but it just might be our destiny. This city, this world even, is cruel, and it will eat you up without a care for who you are and what you did. This echoes through both the game and real life, and all of a sudden, Quiet Life or Blaze of Glory has more meaning to it. A big part of V's journey ends up being about taking agency in one's life, and those who love us and surround us toward the end of the game push you to make a choice and stop letting others string you along. What will you do when the odds are stacked against you and the inevitable is now here? Will you lay down and take the easy way out, or will you grab your iron and do something about your life? And what I personally like to believe is the canon ending. We get to see V do just that. We storm Arasaka Tower, literally taking our life into our own hands. Whether it means we die, or we find a solution to our problems. We as V push forward, snipping the strings that have pulled us around throughout the entire game and finally take agency. And one of the moments in the game where it's truly your choice on what happens next. In many ways, I feel like this mirrors CDPR's story. I won't pretend to be in the know about everything behind closed doors, but I like to think, outside of the perception of them caused by the release and the backlash, a big part of what drove them to keep working on this game was CDPR took V's journey to heart, as there is plenty of out there evidence that shows they were pushed to drop Cyberpunk far before they wanted to. A lot of things, as they tend to be, were out of the hands of those who actually cared about this game. You know, the actual passionate team of developers. Thankfully, this team cared just as much as the loyal fans, because despite the setback, we get to see CDPR take agency over Cyberpunk's legacy. Because with all of its updates and the inevitable drop of the Cyberpunk PhantomLiberty DLC, Cyberpunk has had one of the biggest comebacks in gaming period. CDPR pretty much took a hold of Johnny's hand one last time and stormed Arasaka Tower themselves to build a game that I think we all thought we deserved. One that is close to their original vision of the game as they could possibly get. Every single little criticism, every IGN-esque video about how bad the game was, every push and pull from corporate higher-ups and marketing to just drop this, and most importantly, the sheer love those within CDPR, but also from the fans, that was put out into this world, seemingly was just fuel for the flames. For the outside viewers, it maybe just looked like 2.0 and PhantomLiberty just dropped out of nowhere, and the game was just fixed just like that. But for those of us who religiously played Cyberpunk over and over, we got to see CDPR slowly rebuild this game brick by brick, each update that came out, until it was as pristine as it possibly could be and as content rich as any other game out there on the market at the time. Update after update, Cyberpunk improved, adding more content and, most importantly, more bug fixes for those who had all sorts of crazy problems playing the game when it initially dropped. Even on the console side of things, the team over at CDPR stayed tenacious, adding more polish and shine, even pushing Cyberpunk to be what I think is probably one of the most beautiful games to look at, especially on higher end systems. CDPR constantly kept those still playing the game in the loop as much as they realistically could, and gave us a whole bunch of tools in the meantime to mess with the game on PC and mod it even in the meantime, unlocking the game even further beyond the shelf release as they slowly chiseled away at the perfected marble and delivered the game that we all wanted to see in the first place. This journey to the current build of the game means a lot to me because, like a handful of others, from the start, I could see what Cyberpunk could be, and the passion and want for Cyberpunk to be great came through with each micro update in every developer update we got. By all means, this game could have been left to rot in the desert with all the dumped copies of ET, but instead, we are able to proudly say to our chooms that Cyberpunk beat the bad game allegations. Through Perseverance, CDPR made Cyberpunk debatably one of the greatest games of all time, and probably one of my favorite single-player games of all time too. All I can say now is thank you, CDPR, because now all can enjoy the greatness that is Cyberpunk 2077. I wanted to try something a little different here because I wanted to touch on this game, but I wasn't quite ready to do a full, long video going over every detail meticulously. But I really love Cyberpunk, and most importantly, I really love the CDPR team and the games they put out. So I wanted to take a moment to give it its flowers before I lost the chance. Cyberpunk is a very special game to me, and I would love to share my experiences of the game with y'all, so if you would like to see more content on Cyberpunk in the future, please let me know in the comments below, and I can definitely try and put some more videos together about it. Also, I would love to hear everyone else's thoughts and experiences with Cyberpunk, whether that be the game itself or even the tabletop RPG, so let me know about them down below. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know by leaving a like and subscribing for more in the future. Until next time, chooms.